In the streets of Port-au-Prince, where fear and violence have become the norm, an unexpected confrontation unfolded. A confrontation that was not between rival gangs, but between the Haitian police and the very people they were sworn to protect. On a day meant to amplify the cries of a desperate populace, seeking nothing more than safety in their own neighborhoods, the Haitian police turned their force on peaceful protesters, shattering any lingering hope that help was on the way. Why did the protectors become the oppressors? What led to this troubling turn of events in a nation already plagued by chaos? As the sun rose over Haiti's beleaguered capital, hundreds of citizens gathered, their voices united in a singular plea to end the terror that gangs have inflicted upon their communities. These were not armed insurgents, nor were they violent revolutionaries. They were mothers, fathers, young students, and elders, ordinary people daring to demand the right to live without fear. But their voices were met with tear gas. In a scene that has since ignited widespread condemnation, the Haitian police force, instead of standing with the people against the gangs, chose to disperse them with force. The gas canisters fired indiscriminately into the crowds, sent protesters fleeing in all directions, their demands lost in the chaos that ensued. The irony was not lost on those who had gathered. Here were the very forces meant to restore order, sowing further discord in an already fractured society. For months, Haiti has been caught in the grip of gang violence, so severe that entire neighborhoods have been rendered uninhabitable. The gangs, numbering in the thousands, have become a law unto themselves, controlling vast swathes of the capital with brutal efficiency. The international community, despite pledges of support, has been slow to respond, leaving Haitians to fend for themselves in what can only be described as a war zone. The arrival of Kenyan police officers, part of the United States-backed international mission, had initially been a beacon of hope, sent to aid in reclaiming the city from the gangs. Their presence was meant to signal a turning point in the fight for Haiti's future. Yet, as the weeks dragged on, it became clear this mission was woefully under-resourced. The gangs, more entrenched than ever, continued to operate with impunity, while the international forces struggled to gain any significant foothold. The reality on the ground is grim. Despite being well-trained and highly motivated, the Kenyan police officers are part of a mission that faces severe underfunding and a lack of critical resources. The mission, known as the Multinational Security Support Mission, has been described as a three-legged vehicle that is missing a wheel, illustrating the immense challenges it faces. The mission is not only underfunded, but also lacks the necessary manpower and equipment to effectively neutralize the powerful gangs that have a stranglehold on the country. Compounding the problem is a broader global context. The United States, a key supporter of the mission, is heavily distracted by other significant conflicts, including the wars in Gaza and Ukraine. This has resulted in a lack of sufficient financial and logistical support for the mission in Haiti. The political climate in the US, particularly with resistance from Republicans to allocate additional funds during an election year, has further hindered efforts to bolster the mission. As a result, the Haitian people have been left in a precarious situation. The gangs remain powerful, controlling vast areas with little resistance, while the international forces struggle to make a meaningful impact. This has led to widespread disillusionment among the Haitian populace, who had initially hoped that international intervention would bring about a swift end to the violence. So when the people took to the streets, their frustrations boiling over, they were met not with understanding or solidarity, but with tear gas. This tragic response only deepened their despair felt by many Haitians, who now question whether there is any end in sight to the nightmare they are living through. The question on everyone's mind is simple. How did it come to this? How did the protectors of the peace become the ones to snuff out the voices of those they are meant to safeguard? It is a question that cuts to the heart of the crisis in Haiti. The police, overextended and under immense pressure, have become the face of a system that seems unable or unwilling to address the root causes of the violence that has gripped the nation. The tear gas fired into the crowd is not just a physical manifestation of this failure, it is a symbol of the growing disconnect between the Haitian state and its people. But even in the face of such adversity, the people of Haiti have not given up. The protesters, though scattered, have vowed to continue the fight for a safer future. Their resilience is a testament to the indomitable spirit of a nation that has endured more than its fair share of hardship. And yet, as they pick up the pieces from this latest clash, the question remains: who will stand with them? As the situation in Haiti grows even more precarious, the world is watching. The tear-gassing peaceful protesters has drawn international scrutiny and condemnation. But words alone would not suffice. The people of Haiti need action. Swift, decisive, and effective action that addresses not only the symptoms of the crisis, but the root causes as well. Until then, the scenes from Port-au-Prince will serve as a stark reminder of the distance between what is and what could be, and the country yearning for peace. The future of Haiti hangs in the balance. The question now is, who will tip the scales? Your thoughts and opinions are valuable. Share them in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the New Africa channel.